Hey, hello, Tuesday 14th. So, I'm hoping you're still with me. Now, I think it's only going to be the kind of hardcore people that make it kind of this far into this journey. Maybe a lot of people have waned and, but you're still here, you're with me. So, this is how I know that you're serious, and I hope that you know within your own mind how serious you are. Now, today, what are we going to talk about? So today I want to talk about confidence and how you might be finding that kind of boost in confidence, because I struggled for many years with my own confidence, shall we say. I was a very anxious person. Again, I'll make a video about my anxiety, but it was ongoing and it was quite crippling. All alcohol, well, it's difficult to know where. It was like a snake eating its own tail. You never know where one begins and one ends. But I think I started drinking because I was anxious, and then that made it more anxious. But anyway, I'm hoping that you're feeling a lot more confident within yourself. We've got Monday out of the way. We're in our kind of third week of doing this. Technically, our third week. So it's exactly sort of, 14 days or whatever since we started, but into our third actual week. So are you finding that you have more self-confidence? Maybe you've lost a little bit of weight or a little bit of bloating. Maybe you've lost, because when you're drinking, you sort of retain a lot of water, and you've got, I'm not the fittest guy in the world, as some people like to point out in the comments, like, there's a little bit of chub going on there, but that's all right. I'm not drinking, that's fine, I don't care. I can change it if I want. Anyway, that aside, as you can see, it really doesn't bother me. So yes, confidence. Let me tell you a little story about me. So you are part of the hardcore group of people that have actually made it this far into the series. I'm guessing that there's probably not many of you left. The first video had hundreds and hundreds of views. The second video had less views, and it's sort of got, sort of diminishing return. So if you're watching this, you probably are quite serious, but probably not many people will know this, but many years ago, I used to DJ in the 90s, when music was real. I used to DJ like trance and techno music, and you can imagine that there was a lot of drinking, a lot of drugs, a lot of girls, and all kinds of things like that. So I, believe it or not, I actually really struggled with my confidence in those situations. Now, you can imagine somebody with anxiety, kind of low confidence, and I'm DJing in these big clubs in the UK, and I'm getting a lot of attention, and it was very, very difficult to deal with. And I found alcohol, and I found other things as well, but I found alcohol, and it worked. And that was the beginning of my descent, really. That was the beginning of my affair with alcohol, that just allowed me to have that confidence and to project an image of this DJ, in his late teens, early 20s. And it worked for a while. But unfortunately, as we know, it doesn't last, does it? And you're watching this probably, a similar age to me. Maybe you're in your 30s, 40s, 50s, 60s, maybe older. And we know that confidence and that brashness of kind of youth just doesn't last. And the ability to drink your way through these things just doesn't last. As you get older, it becomes more and more difficult to manage yourself. It becomes more and more difficult to manage your emotions and things like that when you're pouring poison into yourself. If you're not pouring alcohol and poison into yourself, it actually becomes easier to manage yourself as you get older, and you care less what people think, as I'm sure you will be aware. But the issue with alcohol, and I have made a video on this, but the issue with alcohol is I feel that it traps you, like in the Jurassic Park movie, there's the fly in amber, the mosquito in amber. It freezes you in a moment in time. So if you start drinking heavily when you're 25 years old, it freezes you emotionally at that point, because you're unable to grow as a person. I don't fully understand why. Anecdotally and just, bro science, I just think that because you're not getting REM sleep and you're not kind of living a normal life, you're not able to kind of download the day's events, and you're not dealing with anything on an emotional level. So emotionally and kind of spiritually and as a person, you don't grow. And alcohol is sort of retarding that growth, so that when you stop drinking, you're quite immature emotionally to your age, and it takes a while to catch up to that. So that's where you might find yourself. That's the situation you might find yourself in, and it feels a little disconcerting to be surrounded by what you might feel are adults, and you feel a little bit kind of what's the word, a little bit out of place maybe, but that's okay. It's perfectly natural, and the good news is you catch up quickly, and it's not an excuse to drink. So I'm hoping that you're finding not drinking is boosting your confidence levels. And if you want to be surrounded by other people that are on the same journey, if you want to talk to me, you can join the community below. There's a link in the description for the community. It's completely free. It's a bit weird. It'll take you, so if you click that link, it'll take you to what looks like a checkout, and it is a checkout because I use a piece of software that manages all the community and the course and the program and the coaching and everything. It's called Kajabi, and it's very strange. If I give something away for free, it does take you to a checkout page where you enter your name. I think it's just your name, and then you just click, an email address, and you click buy, but it's free. So it'll just take you to the community, but you'll be surrounded by other people that are on the same journey as you. Also, it's a place for you to feel okay with perhaps struggling with maybe that emotional immaturity that I was talking about, or just feelings that you don't really want to talk to other people about. Maybe you don't want to talk to your wife about it, maybe you don't want to talk to your kids about it, maybe you don't want to talk to your friends about it because you're struggling with certain issues around, I don't know, your own emotions and how you're processing and dealing with things. Sometimes it's easier to talk to a stranger, it's strange, but sometimes it's easier to talk to somebody that's been going through the exact same thing that you're going through as well. So if you like the sound of that, you can join that community. Also, if you want some deeper help and you actually want a full kind of immersion into this and to be completely free from alcohol within probably 3 months, you'll see results in 24 hours, 48 hours, but to be completely free of alcohol in 3 months, and I'll work with you for a 6-month period to make sure you don't drink. If you want to do that, you can look in the pinned comment, you can click a link there, it'll take you to a page where there's a video that will tell you about how the program works and what it looks like and that sort of thing. And you can also book a call with me there if you like the sound of that. No problem if not. But either way, it would be nice to meet you. And at the end of that call, if you don't want to work with me, I can give you some things to take away with you, and you can try and do it on your own. But anyway, thank you for watching, and I will see you tomorrow. I'm proud of you. You should be proud of you. And I want you to show up for me again and show up for yourself tomorrow. All right, I'll see you tomorrow. Bye-bye.